Look, I can get you to that place when no one's around.
Yo.
You can have the whole deal. Just let me off my debt. I'll take my chances with the heat.
Hey, look, you got a dude there. What's his name? Charlie?
Oh, shit.
I'm Edward Holub. I'm an independent filmmaker.
Sure. It was all a trial. It was a test. And you were passing with flying colors. Once you got out of here, just you and her. And the money. The real money.
I've been in this business since 1985 when I stopped going to school at Rochester Institute of Technology and moved to New York City. I began my career working in still photography for advertising and commercial clients. When I was 8 years old, my dad was a photographer. He trained me in making photographs when I was very young. He had a photo lab, so I got a lot of exposure to other photographers. I worked in his lab for a little while, and then one day a photographer came in who just had shot India. And I realized at that point I was standing on the wrong side of the counter. So I went to school in Rochester, moved to New York City, started my career. And about midway through that career, my style started evolving into more of a cinematic approach. I started using more small cameras, 35mm cameras, when I was using large format 8x10s, 5x7s, and medium format before for most of my commercial work. And when I started using smaller cameras, I started picking up more of frame-to-frame value. So I started developing the cinematic sense of one picture leading to the next picture. I had just shot a large project for Camel, R.J. Reynolds, and I'd taken the money that I made from that job and I put it into my first film called Night Runs Red, the black and white, the Super 16. I continue to this day to shoot and direct, and I really don't see much of a difference between the jobs, and it's hard for me to divide up those two specific aspects because I'm very visual in my approach, and my training and background in still photography makes me very comfortable behind the camera. After having spent 18 months filming documentary work in New Orleans, Louisiana. Montel Williams show, a couple of documentaries here and there, Spike Lee's When the Levees Broke. I was trying to make a difference with my filmmaking there, and I realized that, well, it's very difficult for a single filmmaker to make a difference in something as monumental as the aftermath of a hurricane. But the main thrust of my career has been in feature filmmaking. Night Runs Red eventually got national distribution in the video stores at Hollywood Video. I did another film in year 2003, also shot on Super 16mm, this one color. And we shot it around Vienna. Another film noir type of episode. I have been developing another film. That's actually what brought me to New Orleans. It's a 1950s set piece called Cassidy's Girl, based on the work of a famous pulp author that was operating at the time. And this film is based in New Orleans. It's set with classic New Orleans characters. And I think it will do an excellent job in portraying some of the cultural truisms at work in New Orleans. A lot of films that are shot in New Orleans don't really talk about New Orleans, but I feel since I've lived there for a few years now, I've got a better sense of what New Orleans is about. And as a Scorpio, I'm a deep investigator, and I think I have a more investigative approach to my theme in New Orleans. So the film is a pulp story, a love triangle, and part of my work with the AFI, I hope will lead me in the direction of being able to get that film financed. Today, I'm back in Los Angeles, yes, Los Angeles. I've been here before. I came back to revamp my feature filmmaking career. I'm 43 years old, and I've been around the block a bunch of times. I haven't finished my master's degree, so I think this would be a good time to pursue higher learning and to entrench myself deeper in Los Angeles. And my goal with working with the AFI is to increase the value that I have as a filmmaker.